Hey guys. Hey, we're back. Hope you're all doing well. We're going to do a bit of an Astro chat and continue where we were chatting from earlier. So, it's very strange this transitory period with all of the retros and the generational planets. Um, I'm hearing gemstones. Wow. Okay, right there. That might be a very different message. Working with crystals in this time, or even, in a metaphorical sense, there may be something that really, even seeing colors here, working with colors, the chakras, something though may feel kind of uncomfortable. You might find there are just these sort of shifts and moments where things are just like kind of strange or uncomfortable. This is what I'm sort of hearing. Hey guys, we're back. Okay, give me a quick second. I'm just going to put you guys in the back. Um, okay, so hopefully you can still hear me. Um, what are we talking about? So, yeah, the energy is just like kind of, it's just a little bit wonky right now. And, we, to a certain degree and level, we can say, well, it's normal, this is retro. But it is, we have to flow through that, right? Where we say, well, it feels weird. And that sometimes is helpful, moving through that period of sort of understanding, what is it that the cycle is bringing up for me? And what is it that I may be sort of experiencing? Personally, I can tell you that the vibes have been, there's this sort of like, well, it's definitely a lot of, okay, Spirit wants to say, look at what comes up here for you. What is it that you're feeling uncomfortable with? Sometimes our impulse is to be like, no, 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 no. I don't want to focus on that. I'd rather not think about that. But Spirit is saying, what is it that might be coming up? Oh, the flowers are so beautiful. What is it that's coming up? I'm hearing Inca. Okay, your spirit guides may definitely be speaking through, wanting to get more in touch with you. And sometimes when we're in that contemplative state, now there may be certain cycles here, certain patterns, certain, there's a shifting. And so if that is the case, right, if something is slowing down more so, maybe you want to reflect and meditate on what it is that spirit may be wanting to communicate. Now let's go back. So look at what it is that is coming up at this time, and what is it that feels sort of uncomfortable. um, that is a clue as to what it is that is facing major transformation. We want to look at where it is that you are experiencing the Saturn retro, Pluto retro, Mercury's still in co-shadow retro, right? This is a lot coming up. And so, in a way, again, there is a sense of naturalness to that, given that it is something cyclical from the past. But there is the question of how it integrates with the present. So, but the awkward part here is how it is that we sometimes may perceive. And I mean, I can say personally, the vibes are getting weird, guys. It's kind of weird out here, all right. But weird is not bad, right? Weird is just different. But there is a conversation in the so-called weirdness, and that's where Spirit is saying, listen to what is weird, rather than, oh my God, it's weird. I need to go back to how I was like making sense of my reality. But of course, guys should always mention, you always want to talk to your first practitioner. This is a general video. This is a video, this is, channel message. And so definitely talk to, however it is, a therapist, a specialist when it comes to certain aspects, right? But in a general sense, and are we still live? Oh, good, guys. So, but in a general sense, okay, it's strange. I mean, this is not meant to be like, but yet again, so this is where you want to say, well, it's funny, there's a sign that says expect delays. So maybe this is a question as well of expectations. What is it that I am wanting to happen of the situation? Sometimes that's not even what we really want to happen. Want is such a very conversation space, right? Where we'll say, the want of the ego, the want in the want in what frame. So this is about elevating. It's about saying I am acknowledging that certain things are possibly leaving my life, and that might be a challenging message at times, but that's not bad. It's about transformation. The question will be, how comfortable are you with the theme of Pluto, the theme of change, transformation, of transcendence? And sometimes spirit will have to make a certain experience so blatant, so obvious, clear, so that we are acknowledging it in the way that will actually serve us. This is what I'm hearing. So, Pluto retro is bringing things up that are going to be inherently kind of challenging. That's the nature of Pluto. But where we have these challenges, and ultimately in terms of perspective, well, in any way, right? Pluto will transcend, transform, transmute, transformation, and transform. We have a lot of potential to create and to transcend further into another discussion. So, but this requires bravery. This is going to be very uncomfortable. Wherever it is that we may have Pluto, we may be tested. Okay. So, Pluto in the first house, second house, third house. There's this sense of like, who am I? Where am I going? What is going on? And it's like weird because the things that we used to so called maybe rely on, those things too are undergoing their transformation. So, throat chakra, you may be dealing with people who are not communicating their truth. This is a time where you have to remember everyone is experiencing the retrogrades. This is, and it's not just you. This is everybody, and so it's kind of like everyone is taking a test right now and realizing what it is they need to focus on. And so, the more that you're able to introspect and not also judge, throat chakra again, yeah, things, for some of you, like there may be conversations that you were having that you were used to having. Maybe you had certain friend circle groups. Certain things are just not going to make sense anymore, is what I'm getting. Certain things are just not going to be there. But this is not necessarily a bad thing. Okay. It's kind of like a tower card, right? So how willing are we to face a new conversation? Knowing that we are powerful in creating, we are creators, and we step into the next phase of our story, and we shape how it is that we observe ourselves as the creator at that point in time, and we take it on, and we take it to the next level. And it is meant to be challenging because that is what it is about. It is about that very 8th house centric thing, challenge. Because Pluto is not really attracted, concerned to, meddle with such things that don't propose some sort of opportunity to find the beauty in something so-called otherwise tragic, where there is a challenge and a difficulty. Pluto is the sorceress frequency that comes in and says, well, it's not all that, and I can tell you why. Right this way with me. That is Pluto. Come right this way. Let's take a deeper dive and look at it a little closer. Not everybody can do that. Sometimes that's, going to be a very challenging conversation that even those who have, let's say, a very strong connection to Pluto. And by the way, just because you do doesn't mean that you'll always be in a higher vibration of it. Sometimes that conversation can become toxic and one can turn that energy on oneself. So, but in the higher form of Pluto, that energy can be very helpful in removing the blockages and hindrances to how we perceive of a certain situation at hand at any given time to be entirely negative. So Pluto deals with things that are negative, but to restore, to transmute, go for it, to have faith. And it is about shining the light. And that is a really important reminder from Spirit, right? That as a light worker, as a star seed, okay, you have the ability. Now, this doesn't mean that it's easy. Like sometimes, you also need, and listen, I mean, this is going to be one of those periods where you're going to see how it is that you have been operating in the space of transmutation. Has it been also helpful to you and your personal Pluto? So is this where we're going to be seeing the correction to where others have been also drawing and dragging on our energy field, our force field, as light workers, as star seeds, as transmuters? We're going to be seeing very clearly where it is that we've been operating in this space and how it is that others have been observing us in that space as well. And has that been fair? And that's not to say that they had some sort of weird demonic intention or eye on us, but like we said, everyone's experiencing this Pluto retro. And so everyone is sort of taking a look and refining and, getting more clear and more raw and real. So if people are stepping out of your life or taking a step back or to the side or sort of just observing more, they are going through their subconscious release. It's not a good time to pin anything away, make anything extremely official. There are going to be a lot of people here, guys, who are about to face their reality. And so whatever that is, okay, those who have been, whatever it is. So I personally wouldn't be making any new friends. There are going to be a lot of people, but this is a general message, and you should always, obviously, I mean, you are very intuitive, listen to your intuition. But from what I'm getting from spirit guides, and if you're tuning in here, I would not make any new friends here around this time with Mercury still in post shadow retro, Pluto still in retro, soon in the ruler, and about to go retrograde as well at the end of the month. I just see a little tape right there. That might be a vertical message. And I'm seeing the number 50. So take it as you will. And so I'm seeing west, the direction of west. For some of you, I mean, there's going to be a moment where, a lot of people, guys, they're getting, they're getting hungry. And they're at their limit. And these are not, how do we say, definitely don't have expectations at this time is what I'm getting. If you are stepping into any conversation, if you feel you can have a totally objective person, and maybe this is just one person's message, we'll get it out, whatever it needs to be. If it's not your message, don't worry. You'll know if it is. It should be more like, that was, confirmation. Let's backtrack. Let's backtrack. Yeah, it should be more confirmation. Some of you, these are people who you already know, and you have to just kind of say no more of that, okay? This is an old cycle. You have to end that goddamn cycle. Not like this. I'm sorry, but for some of you, this is something totally kind of like ridiculous. Like someone was, you're going to know what that is now, but for some, these are new people. I just saw a license plate. It's a weird thing. I read it, and it had like an abbreviated form of Mary J. Blige. Okay, take it as you will. Guys, I hope we're still recording, man. Watch it. Are we still recording? Anyways, whatever's meant to be. So, for some of you, these are new people, and during this time, I would take it real slow. Really take, I'm hearing a full look. I'm hearing from top down, like, definitely don't make any assumptions, like, You can kind of imagine this is going to be a time you're going to be meeting a lot. Okay, wait, I want to get in the chat for this real quick, but I also want to make sure that we are indeed recording. Guys? Hey, okay, perfect. So, okay. So yeah, how are you guys feeling? Because, I mean, you're going to be meeting a lot of really, I don't want to say, listen, I mean, it's energy. But personally, like, it's a lot of past life. Past life doesn't always mean like, yeah, easy peasy, let's get involved. Sometimes it's a test, and yeah, and so it's like follow your intuition. Okay, this is a Neptune test, it's a Pluto test, and it's a Saturn test, and it's a Mercury test. So seeing, yeah, personally, again, guys, I don't like to meet new people during triple, quadruple retro, especially with a personal moving planet like Mercury. Personal planet, fast moving planet like Mercury, which itself rules social interaction, communication. You just cannot, there's too much karma. And it's not even that people want to be shady, it's like they just are. I'm sorry, but it's like they don't even have time to like be or not be shady. It's just they have so much karma and they're just coming through rolling. It's like you just, so yeah, but first, I mean, they can be a past life soulmate, but they how do we say this? Oh, it's very interesting. Spirit's giving this vision, but you guys, always take it as you will. Like, this message yet again should be one that naturally resonates. I'm seeing this green Grinch color. This should be a message that naturally resonates, but for some it's like, if you don't feel this way, then by all means, always heed your intuition. If you feel like you want to like take it a step further with someone, by golly, get on now. But for some guys, like, let's back it up. Yeah, definitely go ahead and do what you feel, right? I mean, just because an astrologer or a reader will say whatever, however, hits your experience, that matters in how you feel. So, because we all have our personal karmic stories, and but in our birth chart. So, but for some guys, like, these are people who it's like there's this wave, and with the retros, it's like it's bringing literally, so the wave is too big, and it's bringing up a lot of random stuff, and you can't tell, like, are you like who you say you are? It's like they don't even know if they are who they say they are, because they have too much. Now, for some of you, this is, I think, a very particular message. I feel like this is just someone's very specific message. It may be that you're meeting someone and it's like there's too much. I'm seeing something about a volcano here. I see a volcano here. Something about like when like the tar of a volcano overflows, and it's like, yeah, I'm seeing that right there. So, man, I wish you guys could kind of like, wish we could have a moment. So for some of you, like, there's just way too much coming up, and it's not. It's just it's like, how do we say, like, it's a collective moment of like, oh shit, here comes the wave. And it's not bad. It's not to be feared. It's just to it's just a lot. I'm seeing a red cord there. It's just a lot that's coming up. So it's kind of like acknowledging, like, not necessarily fearing, but just saying, okay, well, this is intense, and there's a lot of pressure. Now, but here's the thing, I would be very aware, for some of you, this is a warning, you might be meeting some people here who really want to hang out with you, and they really want to be your friend. And they really, really, and it's like, they're very, like, they got this hot Cheeto, like, addiction to your vibration. I would just be really aware, like, for some of you, I see someone here with a hat. Now, this is a general message yet again, guys, so keep that in mind. But for some of you, like, there is someone here in your midst, you want to keep clearing your aura, okay? And the way you'll know is, like, when someone starts to kind of get, it's very interesting, this guy's riding by and he's wearing a shirt. It says, making an impact every day. and I'm seeing a mushroom here. It's a very particular mushroom, and I see a feather right there. Wow, very interesting. And a leaf, and I'm seeing a really strong, bright blue, like a peacock blue. For some of you, it's the little things. I hear it in this way. Every day that, let's say, you partake in, and that includes your rituals and your routine, your hygiene. I'm hearing spiritually every day. Okay, doesn't matter what's what. And sometimes, we meet someone, guys, and this is very important. Like spirit wants to wants to emphasize. We may meet someone, and like maybe we have a very strong interaction, and then it starts feeling weird. Okay, it starts making us feel strange. Like, and guys, I mean, I'm seeing the color red here and a pink paper clip. Okay, super random. By the way, the mushroom type, and I'm seeing that green Grinch color going by right there. Again, for some, it's called turkey tail mushroom or something. It's a particular type of mushroom. I think it's called turkey tail. Now, you hear the siren right there. Now, for some, I'm hearing, okay, so I see a turtle right there. Okay, a lot of messages, oh my. For some of you, yeah, no, like, let's clear the energy in the throat chakra. Let's clear, we got to clear the aura. Sometimes we meet someone, we have to be aware of when somebody, and yeah, they don't want this message out, we're going to get it out, all right? I see a fiat going by right there with red and black and beige. For some of you, this is someone. You guys hear the sirens? Okay. Another feather. I also see straw. I see red and black again. For some of you, this is, let's clear in the throat. Yep. Okay. So there's someone, guys. Yep. I see a bird now flying right across the path. Two birds together. You're going to be getting signs. Listen to your hunch. Just because something feels intense, listen, you got to clear your aura. Because when you meet someone, okay, you're feeling their projected energy. They don't want this known, okay? And we talked about this, guys, in that feminine video. The divine feminine, yeah. They don't, you guys, they don't want this out. Okay, I'm feeling it real, yeah, because I see a butterfly here. And the way you'll know is that when you meet someone, you may get a real, yeah, I'm seeing a phallic symbol here, drawn out. You may meet someone who is like on the road, on the path. I see another turtle, so that makes me think, like, go slow. Okay, there's no reason to rush something. If you meet someone new and like they want to just okay, so but here's the thing, like they may you're gonna have a vibe, but if you're feeling uneasy, like you're suddenly feeling like way too much intense, kind of like clouded energy, not a good sign. Okay, and let me tell you, recently, I'll tell you a personal story. I met someone. I knew exactly the minute. I'm like, something about the vibe is off. Okay, and it's like part ways, and this person is like still in the aura, and I'm like, and from the get go, I see a shark here. From the get go, I'm like, I'm not even interested, and I know that. Okay, yeah, and I know that for a fact for myself how I feel. But even the fact of having a very short encounter, they were an Uber driver of mine. Okay, and I'm like, man, I really think I should just change this driver. But anyways, they're still in the aura. I'm like, so here's the thing, you're there will try, and the thing is, like, the way you'll know is when you interact with them versus when you disconnect. And yeah, they don't want this out. That's okay. Good for them. Okay, yeah, good for them. Okay, yeah, that's that good. There's no negative. That's just their decision. So whatever they decide, if it's good or not good for them to, kind of like also see things from another perspective. This is about elevation. People who you meet during this time who are causing you also drama, they've simply decided, okay, to unfortunately take But not in the sense of saying there's good or bad, but they've taken a certain path. Okay, and are we even still recording? Okay, who cares? Whatever. I'm gonna continue. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. So they've taken a path, and so, but you know, the important thing, guys, is like, I know that, yeah, it's not about what you feel, it's about how you feel. Okay, you can feel a very strong, intense connection with someone, but if it doesn't feel right, and this person is mirroring an interaction that I had years ago. Okay, and it's a test, and I know it, and I am able to place it, and I place the energy. We have to take control of what it is that we experience. Okay, and we don't have to interact with people who want to interact. So, and it's just like a sketchy energy, okay? And it's about realizing and understanding when someone is sketchy, and spirit will give you, you know, patternized experiences. And the question is, how do we choose to see it? Okay, there's an airplane going off there, guys. You can catch that, but it was very loud. Yeah, so you also have to remember that, and the speed at which you are ascending is profound. It's important to realize right now that this is a time of clearing and cleansing. Not a great time to like bid. I'm hearing it like that, okay? But again, this is a general video, but anyways, whatever. It's go for it. It's not a great time to like, because everyone is kind of either on a really like upswing, or they're on a swing of, well, they don't even want to maybe like acknowledge where they're at. They don't even really, yeah, I don't know. Let's special clear. So personally, and again, I would keep fingers, hands, and toes in your story, and that means realizing when someone is trying to also intrude on your vibrational conversation. Okay, and yeah, and these are people, guys, who like they want to interact with you. It's not a, and we have to get used to that. Like, it's not a huge fucking surprise. I see a bag. It has a huge target on it, like a red and white target symbol. So it's like it's not a huge surprise that someone, yeah, so let's back it up. Okay, spirit is saying, yeah, it's not, let's clear, it's not necessary to interact, and it should never be. If you ever feel like, oh my god, this is my only chance to ever interact with this person ever again, that's a huge fucking test, and that's a huge test. And you know, yeah, your worth is not limited to like, oh my god, okay, it's a matter of your vibration, which is timeless, okay, and spaceless, and that means you being in the vibration that suits you, not being frantic in this like vibe of like, oh my god, to make it work with so and so. It's like that's never going to take you anywhere closer to where you're going to truly find true happiness. Okay, what you will find in that conversation is frenetic, okay, chaotic fear that is not even your own. Okay, a lot of the time that is a projected energy. And I know that for a fact, guys. Okay, personally, I've had so many experiences where you will come to learn this. Okay, like, oh, for some reason, I feel like I need to go to this coffee shop today. It's like, yeah, because the dude there is, I'm hearing wanting to see you. I'm hearing horny. I don't know. It's like, this is not, and we're not even talking consciously. We're not even talking gender. We're talking frequency. Okay. Okay. This is about purging the toxic masculine, which is about, I want you and I want you here and I want you like that and I want you now. And that's not even something that they are consciously fathoming. Okay. Okay. To be the dynamic. It's just hence the entity, hence the patternized energy. So that's where you have to be really clear and say, no. And it's, again, it's just the frequency of kind of like, it's like a weird, it's like a dominating energy. And it's not even something yet again that, so, but we have to kind of hold boundaries. And that doesn't mean like even having a conversation. It means just listening to your spirit and saying, do I want to show up there? Is that what I want? If I don't do that, what will I feel? Okay, if you are going to feel fearful or pressured to have a certain moment, okay, that's a farce. Okay, something that is real, guys, is not held in a state of chaos or frenetic energy. If anything, then that's a clue that you need to purge from that further, clear from that further, and get very, very direct with that. Okay, with yourself. Okay, we should never feel bullied, emotionally or otherwise, into having a certain type of experience. Are we still recording? Who cares? Okay, give me a sec, guys. Are we like recording, bro? Ugh. Guys, can you even hear me? Okay, so great. You can hear me? Oh, awesome. Okay, give me a second. So, yeah, like we should never, and let me know if this is resonating. I see a big trash bag here, a big black trash bag. It's like, no, like there's no such thing as like missing out and all that bullshit. Like, listen, I can tell you, like, I have cleared so many cords to places, to thoughts. Okay. And it's like with this retro, all of that is coming back and being tested. And I know that, like, so it's so clear, it's so obvious because, for example, like I haven't gone to certain places. Okay, and I had a very clear idea of why, but I don't want to attend. Has it been like recording? Shit. I don't know. Did it cut or did it cut? Shoot. How long were we? How long were we buffering? Shoot. Did you guys? What was the last thing you heard? There was a lot of juicy, but it's okay. You guys picked it up. I'm sure on the psychic plane. But it's like if you're meant to be with that person, okay, you're not going to. You would be there. You wouldn't. You know, we're talking about the phantom urge. You wouldn't be sitting there in a nostalgic space of rumination, like, you know, remembering that, but which is normal during a Pluto retrograde. Are you serious? Staying away from certain places? Oh shit, that was very far back. Oh, we missed a lot. Okay. Oh well, you know, that's the point. It's like if I have not, let's put it on the right side, buddy. If I have not been here, okay, there's a reason. If I'm not with this person, the spirit was talking about how it's really not about the nostalgia. Okay, got you. Okay, yeah. In five words or less, can you tell us about yourself? We heard, we heard your call. We got your resume. We got it all. We heard you, love and light. Okay. Oh boy. All right. It's all good. But no, guys, that's a sign. Like, okay, it's like if you were really into something, you'd be there. You would have showed up. You would have shown up. In other words, you're talking on an energy plane. You don't have to sit there and stagnate and feel nostalgic about something if it's truly meant to be, you know, and feel like, oh my god. So we were talking about the phantom, and then I was seeing like a shredded snake skin there. So if something is feeling more like nostalgic, okay, acknowledge that, right? We'll say you can acknowledge and say, well, I feel that there's a space of nostalgia, but is that an active passion? Is that something that, you know, I'm actually involved in? And Pluto retro will bring up things that, you know, you did feel, but that doesn't mean that, you know, you are actively creating in that space. And so fear is saying, kind of in a nutshell, don't look back. Yeah, we talked a lot about this, but I think it got cut, so that's okay. Just meditate. I'm sure it'll come through. I'm seeing 666 here, and I'm seeing that green Grinch color again. So yeah, for some of you, it's like we maybe yeah, there's this moment where yeah, like you will see something kind of clearly, and you will make a decision. And um, if you were meant to be with that person, you will meet anyways in a higher state of ascension. So there's no point in looking back and hoping like, oh, but like maybe I should go back. It's like that's not the conversation, guys. The phone is cutting right now because of the so see you break, and see you later. We're out of service. Give me a sec. Guys, hey, the phone cut. Well, the headphones cut. So, guys, let's chat later. But basically, guys, moral of the story: if you've disconnected from something, be firm here. If you've already disconnected from something, and you know why.